Here we are again, happy as can be. Good, I was going to say good morning, but it's good afternoon, isn't it?
Yeah.
So, have you got your... Oh, can I just grab that, Darren? So looking at your log from last time...
Yeah, I'll just do my car picture.
So instead of there, Darren's going to sit in the back today and heckle. So based on what happened there,
yeah,
or on your last session,
yeah,
do you have a plan for what you want to work on today?
On that one or the session with Darren? Or a mixture?
Either, or a mixture of the both if you like.
For some reason I started speeding a bit, well, not too fast, not slowing down early enough.
Okay.
Turning into a junction.
Right, how did that manifest itself?
It meant I was doing everything together again, slowing down, changing gear, so the control wasn't as good going around.
Following that session, have you made any changes to it, or do you want to work on that today?
I'll work on it a bit today.
Okay. How will we sort that out, do you think?
Slow down earlier.
Okay.
So if you say we'll be turning left, slow down there, and then I'll be slow enough when I get to junction and get into second.
Okay. In terms of that, do you want to just kind of work on that on your own, or do you want any extra help from me, or is it just pipe up if something's not quite right?
I'll work on it and then you...
Okay. If you want to change that level of support, that's fine.
Yeah.
Anything else you want to add to the mix?
Mike picked up on, because at dual control I've started, I don't know, ask me why, resting my foot on clutch a bit.
Okay. Is that something you think you do normally, or is it just...
It was one of my habits, you know, like holding onto a gear stick.
Okay.
I think I've just let, I don't know if it was like a concentration or a different car.
Okay. And again, in terms of putting it right, just keep an eye on it, or working on it on your own?
Just keep thinking, get my foot away when I've...
Okay. Does it matter, do you think, if your foot's over the clutch, or...?
Oh, pressing it a bit as well. He said he could feel it, so...
Okay.
Yeah.
Something to be mindful of, perhaps.
When I did one of my reverses, I did my mirror check that way instead of that way.
Does that matter?
Yeah, because I'm pulling away. I'm on the opposite side of the road, so...
What do you think the most important thing, if you're going to just do a manoeuvre, what is it important to do you think?
My observations.
What is it you're looking for?
Other cars, people, pedestrians.
So we need to be 100% sure that it's safe, don't we?
Yeah.
So does it matter which way you look first?
I suppose if you look at it, if I'm opposite side of the road, if I do that second, yeah, because I'm crossing road then, aren't I? I need to know.
Possibly. I think we can sometimes get a little bent out of shape about stuff like that, you know. As long as you can say to yourself, I'm 100% sure there's nobody coming. That's what matters in the end.
Did it be marked down on a test?
How would you mark it if you were the examiner?
I'd have thought it might be a minor.
For what?
Because you're pulling across to the other side of the road and you've done this side last.
I don't think it would, you know.
Oh, yeah.
No. Why? If there was somebody there and you missed them, yeah, you get a mark.
You check your mirrors again anyway, don't you, when you...
As long as you're sure. If he can see that you've checked around, let's take this doubling the mirrors up thing. Do you think that matters?
Yeah, because you need to know what's...
What you need to know is that it's safe to do what you're about to do. Doubling your mirrors up doesn't do that.
Right.
I double my mirrors up. I'm not saying it's not something I don't do, but it's like if you go past a parked car,
yeah,
and you're going to pull back in, what are you looking for in that mirror?
Cyclists.
How the hell's a cyclist going to get there?
I know, but...
How's he going to get there? He can't, can he? We get ourselves bent out of shape and think we've got to learn these habits. No. You must be aware of what's around you. Sometimes I'll check that left-hand over, sometimes I'll do a shoulder check. But if there was a cyclist there, he'd have been there already, wouldn't he?
Yeah.
There's no to see. Unless somebody's going to launch from the front of that car on an Exocet missile. So if you can see the front of that car as you go past it, you can hear, they're not going to get in there.
No.
Or it's unlikely. So the test is not what we think it is. We think, oh, if you miss that, you get a minor. No.
Yeah, that's how I'm thinking.
That's how most people think. They have what they call a fault escalating scale. So sometimes it's regarded as not noteworthy. So if you haven't checked that door and there's nobody there, it's not noteworthy. Nothing gets marked. If there is somebody there and you don't check, that's a minor. If there's somebody there and you don't check and you affect that person, that's a serious or potentially dangerous.
Yeah.
So same fault, if you like, results in different things depending on what's around you. So they're a bit more pragmatic than we think they are.
Yeah.
It's not slavish routines that we're looking for. Are you safe? That's the key thing. Are you safe? And are you taking the right observations to make sure you're safe? We develop these routines because it's developed for us systems to make sure people don't fail. I said, don't forget to do this, don't forget to do that. You must do this, but you've done that in the wrong order now.
Yeah.
And you know what that does to your head, don't you? Just fries it, doesn't it? You think, oh no, I've forgotten
There's
again.
not a lot to fry in me.
So, yeah, I mean, that's probably the logical way to do it. But if you did it the other way, as long as you're sure.
Yeah. I think some of me is signalling I didn't do it early enough when I were out with Mike, so...
Okay. How early is early enough?
About... Just trying to... Yeah, in distance, or...
Whatever way you want to describe it.
Probably 100 yard before. Provided they're in another road.
What else impacts on... Come on, Nick.
What's that?
It's the blow-off valve at the Sweetie factory. Look up there. It's loud, isn't it?
It's that hose pipe what they put in that drain.
No matter how many times that happens, I never get used to it. It's ridiculously loud.
That every day then?
Yeah, several times. So,
Never heard it or seen it.
how much time you need for that signal to be to go on depends on.
Unsafe enough for traffic behind that you don't affect them.
So will that alter
and
depend
not-
on the speed of the traffic behind, on the speed of you?
Yeah.
Okay. So if we're considering as we come up with something,
Not mirrors as well. It's all together that.
so that kind of ties in with the gear thing as well, doesn't it? So
Yeah.
maybe planning a little earlier.
Yeah, I think it will all.
When we were out last time, you started to do a bit of commentary driving. Did that help with that?
Yeah.
Okay, you want to try that today?
Yeah.
Okay.
We'll do that today. When we come out, Val says follow Barnsley, and I ended up come out and I stopped in that lane instead of going over to Barnsley. I had to do it as I was getting to traffic lights.
If you were on your test and that happened, what could you do? You're in the wrong lane.
Yeah. Try and get over this safely as soon as I can.
If you can't,
Don't know.
if you're in that situation for real and you couldn't get across, what would you do?
We'd have to do an alternate route.
You're doing your test. Can't get across, we'll have to go this way.
Right.
Rather than go, ugh, and make a last
Yeah.
minute dash. Just tell them, sorry, wrong lane. Oops.
Do another.
And there's nothing wrong with that.
As long as you
'Cause
do
you
it all
haven't-
safe.
You're still safe. It's the key thing. You just haven't followed instructions. You're not
Yeah.
being assessed on that.
Don't you?
No.
Oh, right.
People turn the wrong way all the time.
Right, but if I go wrong way when he's giving me those directions.
If you signal left and turn right, you're done. That's you're out. But if he says
Yeah.
turn left and you turn right, don't matter.
Right.
Okay.
Appropriate road junctions with regard to position before turning left. Oh, I think we're only on one of them. I think he said I pulled to right slightly.
Oh, you're doing the I'm pulling a trailer thing.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Which I thought I'd stopped, but
Okay.
position for exercise lane discipline, looking ahead and positioning in right lane. I know that. What on one junction? Looking ahead and positioning in right lane. No, I'm not sure on what I did now. Didn't I come over to right enough on a junction? I think that's what it was.
Okay, we'll keep an eye on that one. And then what's the one at the bottom? Think about passengers. Was it too warm? Too
Yeah.
cold?
It got it quite hot. And Val had opened window. And then he opened his window and Val says, "Can I just ask, is anyone else hot in here?" I says, "I am." She goes, "Well, what do you do?"
Turn the heating down, yeah.
"I'll be waiting for you, Andrea." I went, "Oh, so I'm that busy concentrating."
Okay, so in terms of, is there an approach we can take that'll put all of that right?
Yeah.
What would that be?
concentrate more on what I'm doing.
Okay. Anything you can do to help you do that? Anything I can do to help you do that?
I'm trying to think. If I am it right myself and I keep doing it, if you can just throw
Want to punch you in the side of the face or what? Just was that a bit too extreme?
Yeah, just throw comment in.
Okay. Ready go then. Any idea of an area we might do?
No, thank you.
Area we might be able to practice that in with your local knowledge?
Trying to think. There's where were we all the day? Where there were loads of junctions. Is it towards them housing estates?
Well, towards Chesterfield way or the other way?
I'm trying to think now.
So what sort of driving is it we need, do you think? Do we need faster moving roads, country roads, town centres?
A mixture, I think.
Okay. Do you want me to just choose the route? Does that
Go on
work?
then.
Okay, take a bit of pressure off you. Get yourself comfy and we'll begin. It would help.
Do pretend drive it. We're steamed up now, it must be
We are a
Darren.
little bit, it'll clear itself in a minute. So tell me about the checks you make before you start.
Oh, right then. So doors, which I had checked. I did check my seat.
Yeah.
I checked that I could reach. And I adjusted my mirror and I've got my seat belt on. And the one I always forget.
Something you might find useful, this is not to do with what we're doing
Yep.
today, but every time you get in the car, do yourself a little commentary. Start by just talking about what you're doing, like you've just done, but then develop it a bit more. Talk about why you're doing that, so it then becomes an instructional commentary.
Right.
Stuff like, I've got in the car, I'm making sure the doors are shut, I can do that by
Yep.
checking down the liner here. I've got the seat so that I can reach all the pedals, I've got the base set right, the back's okay, the head restraint's okay, I've got those all adjusted so that they're in the right position. I can reach the steering wheel, I can reach the pedals. I'm familiar with the layout and use of the controls of this car. I'm going to turn the ignition on, check the warning light, so just like that, so you're developing a way of talking somebody else through it. It'll also help you to make sure you get everything right.
Yeah.
Just a thought, something to play with.
Yeah, good way,
Report back how you get on with it.
Yeah.
On you go when you're ready. Out the car park and left.
Okay. Where's your demister?
There you go. I'll probably give that a moment then. So just about to reverse back out of the burnout. Talk me through what you're going to do and why you're going to do it.
I'm gonna get it into gear, get my biting point. I'm gonna do all my checks the way round, and then I'll be in back mirror. So I'm
When you're doing your
reversing.
checks, what you're looking for.
Anybody getting in these cars moving.
What percentage of safe is it you want to be? 10, 20, 30?
100.
Okay. That's what it's all about. And that's the form of question you can use with your learners. Are you 100% sure? Well, why not 100? How could we be 100% sure? Still waiting for it to demist somewhat. Give it a quick blast of air over the top of the roof and down. As well. So have you been up to anything exciting since I saw you last?
Have you?
Lords.
Have you?
No. Same stuff, different day.
Have you done it?
Have I been up to anything?
Bought a car.
Yeah, I bought a
you've
car.
got a car sorted.
It looks a bit like this piece of junk that's parked here, but not. Oh, it is that one.
Best car in the world. That.
Whenever you're happy.
I'll do. Get my car I'm in now. Hang on.
Yes, that's the way your car goes.
And I'm on video, aren't I?
That's alright. Because you're the only person in the world that ever made a mistake ever.
So anyway, I'm going to go into reverse
So
now.
you're familiar with the layout and controls of this car.
Oh dear. I'm not in gear.
There you go.
Right then. Take 3. And now. That's my nerves that before because we've not started. And that's my excuse.
Fair enough.
Just make sure I don't hit that white car.
Yeah, well, mate, the personal ones that might get upset.
Yeah.
Big lad and all.
Alright, I better not hit it then.
So left out of the car park. If you want to take us in a Nottingley sort of direction.
They're a bit rough from Nottingham.
That's what I heard.
Going left, yeah.
Yes, please.
Am I supposed to do one in commentary?
If you feel like it, you go right ahead. If you don't want to, that's fine too. Tell me what you're thinking as you come up here.
Traffic lights ahead.
What might happen?
They're on been on green a bit, so as yeah. Brake on.
So by thinking about that early, smooths everything out, doesn't it? Are you familiar with this junction?
Yeah, it's we're gonna go left when we get through light.
That's the one. I'm always super aware as I come through here
Yeah.
because when we've got our light, the green light filter goes for left, and the traffic coming ahead sometimes jumps the red light.
Wait, well I've got that.
I've nearly been whacked a couple of times.
Yeah. Would it matter if I'm not in neutral now? Because it's
What do you reckon? Helping you tell when the lights are going to change, any
well,
idea?
I go in neutral, and when the traffic stops coming through,
Yeah.
because they're going now, so it's not going to change.
So can you see on the traffic lights? Well, the other way, you can just see the reflection of the green light on the cowl at the bottom.
This central one.
Yeah, the one just over there, in the middle. You'll be able to see when that goes to amber.
That's any colour, isn't it? This one. Oh
It's
yeah.
just got an amber there now, see? So now you know you're going to be able to get ready. So it does mean that you've bought yourself that little relax time in between. If you're not sure, stay in first, if you're the lead vehicle. But anything that you're doing that's unusual like that, talk to the
Yeah.
examiner. Tell me what about the situation up ahead.
Pretty quiet road, but we've got cars on that side. A car that was parked that's pulled off. And he's coming. Is he going to stop? Yeah. They're coming pretty fast then, won't they?
Yeah.
Speed to this because it's a few bends and it's downhill.
Okay.
Park car and bendy. Got a bus coming.
That's nice, isn't it? Looks like interesting, doesn't it?
More park cars.
Head out towards Nottingham, I'll let you decide which way to go.
Go left. Sun's low today. See, it's clear, so I'm going to give up. So I'm just pulled out.
So how was that junction approach? Tell me about that one.
I did it slow, but looking to see if I could pull out without completely stopping.
Tell me about your routine on the way in.
From indicating.
No, from the start of the routine.
After indicating.
No, from the start of the routine. What did you do first?
Check my mirror.
Then what did you do?
Indicate.
No,
Slowed down.
correct. Then you indicated. So the routine's the wrong way around, isn't it?
Yeah. Yeah.
Didn't cause you an issue there, but it might transpose itself to other situations.
Right.
So your commentary drive should help iron that out.
Yeah. Got. So he's blocked my right.
So love the control of the speed.
I'm trying to be aware of it, and I've got my foot off clutch. Have you got your foot on clutch? Can you feel it?
And I can see your foot on the floor. Tell me what the speed limit is here.
30.
No, 40. So we've gone middle for diddle at 34, haven't we?
Yeah. I always forget on this road. Signs coming up now.
So what I'd like you to do is
Yeah.
take the first road on the left, but talk me through what you're doing on the road in.
I'm going to slow down now because of the road coming up. But,
You're going to take this first road on the left, talk me through your routine.
right, I'm going to slow down. And then I'm going to indicate. I'm going to see if there's any traffic coming to turn in. I'm going to slow down with my gears. There's nothing coming, so I'm
And
straight
if you can
out.
find a convenient place to pull over, that'd be super duper.
So I'll get past this junction. And I won't double up with that car there.
Okay.
And then there's another opening there, so
So talk me through the routine that on the approach to that last junction.
slowed down first.
Okay. Why did you do that?
Because I was going to be turning off soon.
So
I
what's
might have
the-
slowed down a bit too soon with it being a 40-mile-an-hour road.
What's the potential problems with that, do you think?
Cars behind me keeping to the
Okay.
40 miles.
What else might happen?
Overtake me.
Now, if they overtook in that position, that's probably their fault. They really shouldn't do that. But has our behaviour contributed to that, do you think?
Yeah.
So, remember what the routine is? Mirror, signal, manoeuvre. Not manoeuvre, mirror, signal.
Yeah.
So, sometimes you do need to slow down first, but that needs to be part of a different routine.
Yeah.
So
not too
that's
soon
this is
on
a bit
that
hazardous.
110.
I'm going to come down. So if you talk
Yeah.
yourself through the routine, you might prevent yourself doing things a little too early.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Champion. Well done on the getting the clutch down, or getting your foot down off the clutch.
Yeah.
So this is an area that you wanted to highlight because obviously we're going to go around here and then join the dual carriageway. Tell me what your thinking is about that. What do you want to work on that little bit, if anything?
I think it's getting on the dual carriageway. So if it's one that's got the bend, I've been going on that too quick and it wrong gear. Because I think in my head what I'm thinking is I've got to get on dual carriageway and I've got to get my speed up. But you can't do it on when it's a bend to get on
Some of
dual
them-
carriageway.
So they're all different, aren't they?
Yeah.
So probably a flexibility of approach and adapting all the time, constantly looking at what do I need to do here,
Yeah.
rather than a one-size-fits-all approach. I think might I don't know if you
Yeah.
feel that would help or not.
Yeah.
Do you want to have a go and see how it works?
Yeah.
Any help from me or not?
Um,
I'll just shut my face and wait and see.
yeah.
Okay.
I don't know this gear stick today. I'm not going to indicate because there is a vehicle, but it's sat with his hazards on.
Okay, cool.
Can't see round this bend, so take it steady because there is a van.
Left at the end of the road, please. And then we'll join the dual carriageway. Go at the
No,
end.
am I going? I'm going in there. Didn't go then, so let's make sure he was turning and the vans were right behind him.
Do exactly that if you get that situation on your test. Tell him why you've done it. Then you can see it's not incompetence, you've thought it through. So talk me through what you're doing here.
Right, it is the one with the bend, so I'm going to get down to second. I'm going to be looking, see what's coming. There isn't anything to indicate on.
That's good. How was that?
Get that off. That'll better.
Small piece of advice, use the length of the slip road. You've got it all to play with. You've no need to rush out.
Right.
Then you've got time to make sure your decisions are right. Get up to a good speed on here. So if you've got that slip road to use it.
Rather than trying to...
Yeah. Because if you have got your observations slightly wrong, you're not at the higher speed.
And it all in one bit again.
Both hands off the wheel. Follow the road. Tell me what you're thinking about here.
It's going to go into one lane, so...
Anything else?
Yeah, cars could be coming up.
So, if you get used to talking about what you're seeing, what you're doing, and then, talk
This
about what
is a
you're doing,
roundabout
and then
ahead.
talk about why you're doing it.
So we'll start.
We'll go ahead.
Slow down now.
Before we slow down.
Alright?
So before we slow down,
Check my mirrors. Yeah. And I'm not going to do my gears till I get a bit nearer. Just slow down a bit more. I'm going to go to second. Nothing coming. Actually, I did check before I pulled off.
how did that approach feel?
It's better.
Okay.
Off clutch, we're on clutch again.
place to pull over?
I need to be tall with this sun today.
So tell me about all of the driving from where we left to here. Tell me how that fits in with what we planned on working on.
Yeah, we've had a few junctions.
Mhm.
I think, apart from getting some of the things wrong way around, I've slowed it down more.
Mm-hmm.
Getting onto dual carriages way as well. I think I were at right gear there, but I need to use more at slip road.
Mm-hmm.
I've missed a road speed.
So in terms of helping you with the things you've identified to work on, has it helped? Has it not?
Yeah, it's helped.
Okay.
Yeah,
Has it helped a lot or a bit or?
quite a lot.
Okay.
Yeah.
If you were to, let's say, just general driving, if we were measuring against this fictitious perfect drive that we always talk about, there's no such thing as the perfect driver. Where the perfect drive is a 10 and a terrible drive is a 1, where would you place yourself?
An 8.
Okay. What would give you the 10 or the 9.9 recurve?
Doing it in right order.
Okay.
Keeping to slowing. Well, just going it all right.
Okay.
Right speed, right gear.
What might help you with that, do you think?
Me.
Mm-hmm. And how will you do that?
Observations a bit more, I think.
Okay.
To,
Just clarify that for me when you talk
Um,
about observations. In what way do you mean?
for how near the junction is,
Okay.
for slowing down, and indicating and getting in the right gear.
Okay. I mean, what you're doing is great. It's all just nice and smooth. It's right, but it's. If you wouldn't mind me offering a bit of advice,
No.
it looks like, and only you can tell me this, like sometimes things are happening to us and we haven't planned for it. Or it's maybe not a very good way of describing it. We like to work, when we look at advanced drive, we like to work to a plan. This is what I'm going to do, this is how I'm going to do it.
Yeah.
And that plan is based on what we can see, what we can't see, people in these junctions, pedestrians run out, and what we might reasonably expect. So it feels a little bit like, there's only you can tell me if that's right or not, that we're sort of drifting in and thinking, oh, should I, shouldn't I, and there's no real, I'm doing this at this point, and I'm now doing this, and now
Right.
I'm doing this.
Yeah, you're right. Some of it is.
So if we have a plan, and
Yeah.
our plan can be helped by our commentary driving, I mean, I'll happily demonstrate to you if you feel it would help. So it's just really having that methodical plan. So you've got an escape route at all times, like your approach to a roundabout. You've got to imagine that giveaway lane at the roundabout is a red traffic light, and we're going to stop there. That's what our plan is. So you can judge from that distance back, no matter how fast you're coming in, you can make that car come to a stop at that line, at that red light, imagine.
Yeah.
At any point on the run into that light might change. That's your gap in the traffic or whatever it
Yeah.
happens to be. The plan changes. But we have a plan. It feels like sometimes we're not drifting, because that's not the right way to describe it. It's just like, well, let's wait and see. We need a firmer plan. I think that'll really tighten everything up, like
Yeah.
bang.
Yeah.
Do you want to try doing that? Do you want me to demonstrate? Do you want me to get Darren to demonstrate? Well, leave me
Shall-
alone.
Shall I do it? And
Go on then.
if I still feel,
Yeah, fine.
if you feel I'm not, then
Yeah,
if one of
cracking.
you,
Off you go.
yeah. I know what he's saying. I've got to.
Well, it's practice,
Yeah.
apart from anything else.
Um,
Onwards and upwards. It's amazing how as soon as you go to pull away, all the traffic appears. So it's not a case of saying, come in faster, come in such, have a plan.
yeah.
We'll eventually come to a roundabout at the end of this road, but turn right there, please. signs to help us. So we'll go right, please.
Coming off here. Oh, going all
Yes,
the
we
way
don't
around.
want to go off this one, please. Down to the next roundabout, all the way around and back then. How did that one feel?
A bit better.
It looked
Don't know
better.
if it seemed better. Did it?
Felt better from here. Didn't feel drifty.
Yeah. Well, then I couldn't make my mind up.
I wouldn't have put it that strong, but it just had that slightly non-planned feel. That's maybe a kind of way of saying it.
I'm going straight down.
Yep, follow the road ahead this time, but then when we get to the roundabout, all the way down, all the way down, all the way around and back up this road. We'll just dot it down between these two roundabouts a couple of times, see how that feels. Putting those thoughts into practice.
You're coming out, huh?
You were ready for him though?
Yeah. No braking, was it? Didn't seem to.
So what we're looking to add to your drive really is that little bit of sparkle, a little bit of finesse that really makes him sit there saying, well, wow, yeah, you can drive.
I look more like I know what I'm doing.
Yeah.
Rather than.
Whether you do or you don't, you look like you do.
Alright.
I'm only
Be
kidding.
first.
Oh, I don't think so.
We're at this road yesterday, Darren, when we all
Ah,
nearly
yeah.
we're at this road when it nearly all happened yesterday.
Yeah, we turned left at this roundabout, didn't we? We did
All the way around.
I call this my Garforth Road. Don't ask me why. Nothing else.
It's a great little section of road for practice. Get down the other one and back up. Tell me about the last approach.
Went it too fast.
No, I felt comfortable. Feet are flat on the floor.
You out?
Your feet were flat on the floor. I was nowhere near the dual brake.
I were in third, and then I put it to second when I got roundabout. Should I not change gear on roundabout?
Well, technically you're alright because you weren't steering, but tell me about that in terms of planning.
I think I should have been a little bit slower and in second.
I think your speed was fine.
Yeah.
I think we should have planned the gear change earlier, no matter which one it
Right.
was.
So, yeah. Do a gear change then.
We're trying to allow yourself time for the gear change as well in your plan.
That works.
And get all the way around.
Is it me or is it?
Because you're positioned properly, they make the assumption you turn it off.
Right.
But It's interesting that he thinks it's the safest thing to do to brake to a stop once he's over the line.
Yeah.
The safest option for him would have been to release the brake and go. However,
It's not me then.
well, how well do you think he planned at that roundabout?
I didn't.
He wasn't at all playing the what if game. What if that car comes my way? One of the key things to becoming a really slick driver and getting the real polish on it is to make good decisions. So again, do your planning all the way around back down. How was that one?
Bit better.
What made it better?
Got it right gear.
Okay.
Slowed down.
How was your speed that time to last time?
Slightly slower, I think.
Wasn't much in it, was it?
No.
What made the difference? The gear change, you think?
Sorry, what made the
What made the difference? What made it better, do you think?
Because I got into second.
And again, if we take the first exit. Right at the end, find a convenient place. I think it's useful to have a fairly short repetitive route, so you've got time to pull over and say, right, how was that?
Yeah.
In light of that, what will we do? Rather than do like just loads and loads and loads of driving, where things will get better, but you're working on loads of stuff all at once. I think it's really, really helpful if we can zone in on a particular area and work it, work.
Yeah.
And have this little reflective phase is important anywhere along it. Because what it does is, while it's still fresh in your memory, we can say, okay, we'd identified you wanted to work on planning there. Tell me about your planning
Yeah.
on that last session.
It was better, I think. I was slowing down more in the right distance away from roundabout. And then on that last one, I got it in. I was in right gear for out roundabout. I was checking nothing was coming, so I didn't have to stop. I could carry on round.
So would you say that last one was the best one you've done?
Yeah,
Mark that 1 out of 10 for me.
9.
Okay. What would get you to 10?
You probably never get me to say 10.
What would get you to 9.9?
I'm trying to think now. I think if I felt me gear change were better.
Okay. Just define better for me. When you say that, what is it you mean?
Smoother.
Okay. So what would you need to be able to get it smoother, do you think?
I don't know, somebody looking, like you two were looking, I don't feel it was as if I was as confident as I should be doing it.
Okay. If that was your exam, and the examiner was sat there with his super duper critical head on, they don't have that head, but let's assume he does.
Yeah.
How would he mark that last approach and round?
Probably say we're alright. Not brilliant, but alright.
Oh, okay. So, Darren, anything to add to it? How do you think the last approach was? Or comment on anything at all, really?
Well, yeah, I'm going to comment one. I think the line of questioning what you're saying to Andrew is good, because you're getting her to open up. You're getting her to realise what she already knows inside by analysing it herself. And coming up to roundabouts, the questions what you're asking, she's self-analysing again. She knows what to do. It's just, to me, she knows what the plan is. It's just concentrating on keeping to that plan.
Yeah.
There's talent in there. You just don't realise it yet. I can see it, and I'm sure Darren can. You can't yet, though, I think.
I'm always very
The light bulb
negative.
moment, that's what it is.
Yeah.
It's just
It has come on a bit more.
Definitely.
The light bulb.
But it's in your whole demeanour, you're different.
Yeah.
Because, well, you own the process now. You say, all right, I know how to do this. What we need to do on the sessions here is to really, identify some bits and pieces, but then give you some idea of how you're going to go away and work on it. This planning element takes a lot of practice to get it slick. But when you get it, it's magical to watch.
Yeah.
Because it's just like you become part of the machine.
Yeah.
It feels really smooth today.
Yeah.
You can tell when somebody's a safe driver and they're planning, because everything just seems so smooth and relaxed for me back. And when you said you were a bit quick to that roundabout, and then you put it right and slowed down and change it to second instead of third.
Yeah.
You can feel it all. I just feel relaxed, and
there was no panic or fluster at that point, was there?
No.
You waited till he'd stopped steering, you slotted a gear change and got on with it. So
it did feel better.
That's quite business-like, which is good, as Darren's quite rightly identified. Again, I'm going to venture an opinion here. Not often I do. It has a little bit of a feel like you're practicing this some of the time, but not all of the time. I thought so.
Yeah. So I need to do more.
Because I can clearly see you can do it, but there's little bits of rusty. So you have to try and make it part of your everyday driving, and then it'll get like super slick. You'll eventually become geeky like me and pursue perfection all the time, which is it's a terrible cross to bear, because I'm constantly analysing everything that I do. When you discover that there'll be a moment where you'll just realise, you haven't reached that yet, I can tell, where you just realise, hey, I'm good at this. And it happens at a different point for us all, and we all start thinking we can't do it.
Yeah.
And that once that moment happens, there's no holding you back.
No.
Because you suddenly realise that, hey, I can do this, I'm really good at this. Commentary driving for me is normally the thing that unlocks it.
Yeah.
And it's not just talking about what you see, but it's what I can see, what I can't see, what I might do, what I might not do. You can't talk about everything, but we're just sort of zoning in on getting it really, really slick. And it becomes a thing of beauty. The commentary drive. It's on Darren's test, the examiner closed his clipboard, put it down, just started looking at him, because Darren was pointing out things to him, I think, that he hadn't seen.
Yeah.
So that's always impressive. So in terms of working on that, is that a work in progress, something you can keep doing?
Yeah, get myself out and do it more.
Sure. At any time, I mean, I'm happy to demonstrate these techniques so that I'm not, talking at my backside and talking about things that I can't do. I would never ask you to do anything that I can't. So if you feel at any point that a demonstration is on, just ask. Do you want to do some more work on that, or is that something we can lock away to work on separately?
Yeah, I'll practice on.
You've got my number. You're only up the road. If you want to pop in at any time and talk about it.
Yeah.
So what do you want to do now?
What shall we ever go with?
Whatever you like.
Trying to think. What were we doing? Parallel parking I did yesterday, didn't I?
How did that go?
Reversing. My last one were alright.
Okay.
I were a bit... I think one I got too close to the curb. And it's because I would do it full lock instead of one revolution.
Okay.
So Darren put me right with that.
Okay.
I didn't put you right, you put yourself. Just, I think.
So,
Can't remember.
is that something you want to work on, or was that a work at...
I'll have a go, see.
Okay.
Put into practice.
Then if we up at the roundabout, turn right, head at the next roundabout, we'll take the ferry bridge turn off. A bit of interesting. A bit of independent driving.
Sorry, we're going where?
It's a good start.
There's a roundabout,
to the roundabout, we'll turn right, yeah. The same thing may happen to you on your test, where it gives you the direction, then you just forget.
I can't do
Just
that.
ask.
How can I?
It's fine. Oh gosh, yeah.
We won't sort of...
Right at the roundabout.
straight behind me.
Was there anybody on the road? How do you know?
Looking.
Well, you didn't just look there though, did you? You looked up the road. You looked up the road as we went past it. So how's anybody going to get there if they're not on that road? So
Same as them cyclists that sneak in.
that's them. It's the same people. Them and postmen. So if an examiner sees you take a long look, hard look up that road, he knows you know there's nothing there. Nice, good mirror work. Follow the road ahead. So it's a tricky one, this one, isn't it, with this red bit on
Yeah.
it? But it is a solid white line on the side of it, so you shouldn't really go through it.
Yeah. So I was thinking about that car. Get the speed up before.
It's not going very fast for the noise it's making, is it? I wait till the next exit from this road. How was your routine that time?
Better, I think. Just to get my speed up and up.
That's okay. And if we take the first road on the right, please.
Just let him have all that road, same as he were over at line.
Take the first road on the right, please. It's just after these trees. They're following us.
Is this the car?
That's the one. He's just drove it home. If we stop just before it, we'll let him get in the house so we don't upset him.
Let's pull here then. Does everybody use his car?
I always do. So this is our target vehicle. Pull up alongside him, reverse back in, close the curb. On you go when you're ready.
Oh, mad. Too wide.
Well, little bit,
Yeah.
but not. Look how wide the road is. So, are we reasonably well tucked in?
I don't think I looked at that mirror enough out.
Okay. Well, we're judged on 3 things here: control, observation, and accuracy.
Yeah,
So, tell me about your control. How was that?
I think that were alright.
Okay. Tell me about your observation.
Didn't use back window enough.
Okay. What is it? When we talk about observation on this, what is it we mean? Do you think?
That we're not getting away other drivers, that we're safe.
How sure do we need to be that we're safe?
100%.
Were you 100% sure?
No, because I didn't look
Okay.
in that window enough.
Okay. So, in terms of getting that to 100%, what would you do different?
Use me that window a bit more as well as doing all other.
Okay. I mean, something that when I'm doing it, something that I try and do that sort of prompts me, bringing myself back. I get level with the car and I'll stop, have a look around. I'll get
Yeah.
about halfway around, I'll stop again, and then just before I'm coming in straight, I'll stop and I'll look again. And that reminds me. So I mean, it's just constant all-round observation, but they're little trigger points that sometimes help me. Something you might want to do.
Yeah.
So how about your accuracy?
I don't think that was too bad.
It's not bad at all, is it really? A little bit wide, but only a little
Yeah.
bit. How do you think that would result on the test for accuracy? What do you think you'd think about that?
Too wide.
Okay, is it minor too wide or just a bit too wide?
A bit. Just a bit.
Yeah, make it away with that. Is that
Yeah.
right? Yeah, well look how wide the road
But
is.
if it were a normal road, I wouldn't get away with it.
You'd want to be in a little bit
Yeah.
tighter.
And I've no room on a wider road. I ain't got any. No, if it were any wider,
So at what point did you decide, it's a bit wide?
as I was straightening up and I could see it where we were.
So let's assume they're in this position here. We're not finished yet.
Yeah,
And you're on your test. What would you do?
I could have pulled it forward, couldn't I?
Just take a shot.
And then-
Whatever you do, don't ask. Just sort it out. That's how you end
Yeah.
up, not how you get there.
So can you reverse again if you pull it forward?
Yeah.
I'm trying to remember.
Do what you think
we
you would
were
need
doing
to
it
do.
yesterday.
Turn your accuracy into perfection. But without going back alongside the car and starting again.
Or do you have to take it back those car lamps as well?
Well, as long as you can get back out. How's that?
That's 4-inch nearer.
That's what
Yeah.
you do. So yeah, if you feel the need, just do that.
Yeah.
So in terms of developing that, what might you do?
Practice.
Okay. I'll do that with me, or do I do that on your own?
I'll practice on my own, and then
Okay.
if we're doing it next Friday, I'll see
Right you are.
if it shows.
Job's a good one.
Yeah.
So, with the time that we've got left, what do you want to work with?
I'm trying to think what I haven't done much of.
So what did you identify you wanted to work on? Was your routine?
It what? Yeah, it what? I think
So we've looked at that. We're planning on the faster moving roads. That can still
Yeah.
apply.
did a fair bit of reversing yesterday as well.
Okay. How's that coming up?
I wasn't too bad yesterday, I don't think.
Okay, cool.
What did I mark myself as? A 7? 6, 7? Can't remember now.
Might be interesting, this is for my benefit rather than anything else. Where would you pitch the pass mark on the test? 7, 8, 9 or 10?
If I were doing the test, what do I, if,
What would you see as the as test standard, if you like?
oh, it should be a 10, shouldn't it?
You're never going to get a 10, are you?
I think then should be aiming for at least a 9,
Okay.
no less than an 8.
Okay. Just gives you a little measure. Yeah, I think you're probably right. 7, it's like, it's fairly solid. 10 would be great if you can get it. So, is there anything that isn't up that area in that sort of ballpark that you want to work on? Let's just remind ourselves what.
I think,
Sorry, Darren, I'll just knock you about.
it's getting practicing with this,
Okay.
reversing and watching my speed
Okay. Can't find it, yes.
on roads and approaching if I'm going to turn. I don't think I've done better with that clutch today. I've done it on a
you
few
haven't.
times.
You
but-
haven't. You did it once and you spotted straight away.
So yeah, that's got a full clutch. Okay. Yeah.
So you'd marked that as a C plus before. What do you reckon now?
Probably.
I tell you what, if you want to flip over to the next page, let's do some marking.
Student monitor. Yeah.
So, I thought you put a B on comply with the requirements of the eyesight test. I was like, what? That's
On
fine.
which one? Right.
So if you flip over to the next one,
Yeah.
work yourself down the column, tell me what you think. That's the date. It's the fourth.
Fourth, isn't it? It's off pot.
So, proper precautions before starting the engine. A, B, C, I, D. Let's look at A as being test standard, B as being L test standard. How does that sound?
I'll go B plus on that one.
What would turn that into an A then?
Don't know. Better observations, if I can say it.
If you work on that little routine before starting the engine, this is what I'm doing, this is how I'm doing it, that like instructional copy,
Yeah.
that'll make sure that you get it right every time, but you can also describe it to somebody, but you also know when somebody else isn't doing it right because they're not doing what's in your little routine. Okay?
Yeah. Yeah.
So let's have a look at the
develop
next
a
bit.
routine.
Yeah,
So, proper use of accelerator.
that was an A before, wasn't it?
Yeah, and that's done.
Okay. Clutch in marked as C+. Tell me about that today.
I think it's because I'm keeping me
Okay,
my
how was
foot
it
on the
today?
clutch. Well, I think it's better.
Okay.
So, I still put it on though, didn't I? So I said B plus for that
Okay.
one.
Well,
Gears.
we can lump those all into just the rest of the hand controls. How do you think they were? Any of them that stand out for special mention or?
No.
Okay. What does that
Yes.
mean
Um. Where are we?
then? Gears, foot brake, handbrake, steering.
Oh, sorry.
How were they?
I thought you said something. Do I just want the where I could have been in second or a couple of occasions
Okay.
a bit sooner?
Okay.
I'll put B plus then on that
Okay.
one.
What about the rest?
Foot
Foot brake,
brake,
handbrake, steering.
I think they're
Okay.
A's.
Cool. Moving off. Safely under control.
I think that's A.
Okay.
And
No, we
on
haven't
that
done that
emergency.
one. But we have done the reverse part number 9.
Yeah, I've done that.
How would you mark the reverse part?
Edward Turney Road. I'll say B plus.
Okay. What are you going to work on to improve that?
Observations and trying to not have it too near, not too far
Okay.
away, and
Jot-
correcting it if.
Jot yourself some notes in that column to remind you, if you need to. It's not a column, it's a row, isn't it?
That's
Idiot.
I'm looking for.
So these notes then form your practice plan, if you like, really.
Too wide. Yeah.
10 we didn't do. Effective use of mirrors before signalling, changing direction, changing speed. What do you reckon of those? Lump them all in one, can't we?
Yeah. I don't think. I think sometimes I will look in them as I was indicating.
Okay.
So I'd say B plus.
Okay.
So So that'll be the same.
So this planning that we were talking about, do you think that would help that?
Yeah.
So.
Give signals where necessary, correctly, properly timed.
Kind of linked to the same thing a little bit, isn't it? That fall under the same heading, do you think? Is it going to be cured by the same practice?
Yeah.
Okay.
But then where necessary, that's a bit different, isn't it?
Yeah. You didn't give any unnecessary signals, did you?
No, I don't think so.
Okay.
And I didn't. There was somewhere I didn't indicate, but there wasn't anyone.
There was a couple where it was like you could have or you couldn't, but you did. But that's okay, as long as you tell them why you're doing it. For
Right.
example, when that post office van was there, when we were just moving away from where we'd had a chat, I could see you thinking, should I, shouldn't I? You put it on. It's fine. Just say, I'm just going to stick one on here just in case.
Yep.
That's okay.
A B plus that.
Okay. Fair enough.
So, appropriate action on traffic signs, road markings, traffic lights. See, when you say traffic signs, would that be speed signs as well in this
It
section?
could be, but we do have a place for that.
So, I'm going to put A for them then.
Okay. Appropriate
Take
action on all signals. We haven't seen any traffic controllers, but other road users we have.
I think I have, because there were a few want the way. I'm trying to think of that incident. Not incident. That guy was coming over at White Line once he, well, that bus near Park Cars.
Did you take appropriate action?
I think I did.
Okay, there you go.
Aye,
Because that's
that
what
one
matters,
then.
what you think. So here we are, use of speed. How was that today?
B plus.
Okay. But it's getting better, isn't it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Keeping a safe distance.
I
We
think
haven't
we
really
just-
done much of that, but wherever we have had them,
Yeah.
just stayed a reasonable
So
distance, I think.
would that be on normal road or like coming to a junction and?
Wherever.
Yeah.
We don't want to be in, we
I
want that
think-
safety bubble round us.
I think I'm alright
Okay.
with that one.
But this one, progress appropriate to the road and traffic conditions, avoiding undue hesitancy.
I'd say B plus on that.
Okay.
Because of the dual carriageway, getting that right.
Okay. I'll jot some notes in the road
Yeah.
next to help you with that. Again, the planning thing might help with that.
Yeah.
Now this is something that you identified to work on, position turning left.
Yeah.
How was that? I know we haven't done a lot of turning, but the ones that we have done.
I think we're alright.
Okay. And mark it accordingly.
To speed
Whatever you
on,
think.
on this one.
Yep. They're all lumped in with planning, aren't they? Again.
Yeah.
So how did it work today? The particular one that you wanted to work on was that position turning left.
Yeah, I think I had slowed it down before, and
Okay.
I was getting into second gear without it all coming together and
Okay.
don't know if it's an A though.
Well, if you're
Wrong
not happy
box.
with it, you can go
I'll
A
put A
minus.
minus.
There you go.
Room for improvement.
And what will bring that improvement, do you think?
Slowing down
Okay.
in time.
Okay. Cool.
Right on it, allowing correct gear change.
Okay. As long as you can read it, that's all that matters.
Yeah.
Now the other one, dealing with other
I
junctions,
think-
we haven't done any overtaking, but we have done some meeting, haven't we?
Yeah.
How did that work? Particularly in the very first bit where we're coming down the hill and there was lots of traffic about. How did you manage with that?
I slowed it down, didn't I? Because of park cars
Yeah.
and traffic. A for that then.
Cool.
Crossing
Crossing, we
the
haven't
path.
really done much of
No.
that. Position the vehicle correctly.
I think I'm an A with
Okay. Lane discipline. We haven't really had much to do with that, have
that.
we, I
No,
suppose.
cross that.
Allow adequate clearance. Again, we haven't done a lot of that, but we've passed some. But you could either mark it as for what you've done or just not bother with it for this time.
Oh, wait.
Pedestrian crossings, haven't really dealt with.
Been a couple, but not.
Select a safe place to stop, we have dealt with.
Yeah, That's an
Okay.
8.
Awareness and anticipation of the actions of the road users.
I'll say that's an 8.
Okay. Use of ancillary controls. You haven't kept us up to date.
I like that one.
Coventry Drive.
I haven't done much ever, but
Done a little bit.
I put a B plus there.
What's going to
Right, so
improve
we'll
it?
do more.
Okay. Show me, tell me you haven't done.
Yeah.
Okay. So does that give you an idea of what you need to work on and how you're going to do it?
Yeah.
Cool. Something to maybe work on with. Are you guys out before I see you next time, or?
Went arranged out, yeah. It's arranged when we get back.
Probably be next Thursday if you want.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm easy. I'm not doing anything for a week.
Cool.
I'm free Tuesday and Thursday, so whichever or both.
So this is where the learning happens, really, in this reflective phase, and then you making notes for yourself, thinking, right, what I'm going to do then, I'm going to put that into practice. That's
Yeah.
where the real learning happens, because you've experienced some stuff, you've reflected on it, put together a plan of what you might do next time. That's how we learn. It's experience that's the teacher, not me.
Yeah.
Okay. Shall we head back and have a cuppa?
Yeah.
What do you want to do on the way
Yeah,
back?
Shall I
Anything
do
that-
commentary?
You can if you wish. Thank you. That's how I got it. You know your way back from here, don't you?
Shall
Can you
give it a
remember?
go?
If we look like we're getting lost, I'll pipe up.
Probably will. Thought he were off golfing. He got his clubs in, didn't he?
He did. He's clearly not going to go later because it's going to get dark soon.
Yeah.
The nice thing about developing your own practice regime and developing your own routines rather than somebody else's is you'll never forget them.
Yeah.
Whereas if you're trying to remember somebody else's way of doing it when you're under
Yeah.
pressure on the test, it goes out the window.
It's pretty clear at the minute. There's a few parked cars. Had my foot on clutch then.
Spotted it though. This is probably going to sound ridiculous, but when I was first involved with Rosper and stuff and developing my commentary drive, I stuck a little teddy bear in the corner of the dashboard, put him on a sticky pad, and brilliant.
Yeah, he's reversing.
Where what he's planning, I think.
I was just going to say that. How much planning do you
Because I
think
was
went
looking
on
ahead
there?
and it was clear, wasn't I?
But at least they've done the right thing. So
She won't want to acknowledge
say
you
that again.
already.
Oh, she did.
She did.
Embarrassed.
Big grin.
So that little teddy bear that I put on there, and I talked
Yeah.
to the teddy bear and I told him what I was doing. What I'm doing here is, and it can help you to develop it because I don't know, it just doesn't seem as daft when you've got somebody to talk to.
Yeah. I
But
don't answer back.
That's right, and it's not somebody who's going to tell you you've got it right or not.
Stop talking, haven't
I was just,
I always forget, is it left or right here?
which way you want to go?
Turn back to office, aren't we?
We can go either way.
Can we?
Yeah. So I think sort of living in the moment and being live to stuff and planning constantly just makes everything slick.
Yeah.
So if we take the next road on the left and then the first road on the right,
Slow down. Slow even more, 'cause that lorry.
and then the first road on the right.
This one.
Yes. Tricky one to get your position right at that one, isn't it?
Yeah, I
Odd
was
shape.
thinking it's right on Brow Hill, isn't it? Yeah.
So straight away, some brake leg activity ahead.
Yeah.
What's that telling you?
There's an hold up somewhere.
So I would follow that up with, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to come in here a little slower
Yep.
till I can work out what's happening. I've come in at a
And it's
reasonable
moving,
pace, so
so
I've managed
I'm-
to keep it going, bang, 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 bang.
Yeah.
So
Keep it in.
as well as talking about what you're doing,
Yeah.
it forms an instructional commentary for somebody who's listening, i.e. people, whatever it happens to be.
Keeping slow because we're all braking up here.
Why are they all braking?
Because we're not allowed
Too
to
close
go
to one
back.
another? Yeah, we can go through there. It's because they're all too close to one another, isn't it?
Yeah.
So I would mention that.
Plus
They can't be
roadworks
right
are stuck out there, weren't they? So
Yeah.
it's... Okay, there's a car over at White Lines here.
Tell me what you know about this driver behind you.
He's young.
What else do you know?
He's not watching the road properly. He's looking at everything else.
It's on his phone, isn't he?
Is
And
it?
he's driving aggressively here, yes, yeah. He's put it down there. So there's a potential here for him to overtake
Yeah.
me. So I would take a wider position. So I'll be talking about that sort of stuff.
Right.
I mean, deal with what you're doing and why you're doing it. But then
Yeah.
if you get the chance, talk about some of the other stuff.
Okay.
It's like, yeah, I'm checking ahead. I can see there's an
Yeah.
indicator going. Car stopped. I'm checking by traffic coming towards me. Still got my eye on the red car behind me, so I'm just going to ease back a little bit. Mindful of him, I'm going to take a slightly wider position to prevent him thinking about coming past. Watching the cars coming ahead,
Yeah.
trying to time my approach, and it just
the
starts to
car's
flow.
just pulled
Never
out
change
now,
your plan. So situations like this,
Yeah.
talking about it to your learner,
so, yeah.
we know who he is, don't we?
Yeah.
Has he got it? Or is he just making a noise up the bridge?
Just watch my speed.
It sounds like he's got a big exhaust on
I
his
think
car, but
he's
he
just-
hasn't changed the jets in his carburetor, so he's
Just
got no
kicking it
power.
in into... It's all done to intimidate you, make you go quicker, isn't it?
But by having a chat about that, it heightens the awareness within your learner that they need to be keeping an eye on what's
Yeah.
happening behind. But you're not telling them to check your mirrors, check your mirrors, check your mirrors. They're developing that knowledge for themselves.
So we've got a flashing sign here. School or...
But the last person through was above the speed limit.
Yeah. Took his time to get back in lane. I say he, I think it was an he.
Aggressive driving is normally he. Normally. Not always. Normally.
This car's braking. Parked car. I can get through that. Think that was too tight.
You tell me. What
Okay.
could you have done different there?
Slowed down and let him go.
Anything else?
Prepared to stop.
Would you have considered speeding up?
Yeah, I could have. He's off again.
What we ended up doing was arriving there at the same time as him, which means
Yeah.
then you've got to put an awful lot of trust in that person coming the other way. And we have no idea who he is. Could be an axe murderer. I love it. You know, they put these big exhausts on the car so it makes a big noise, but they destroy any power the car has because they don't change the jets in the carburetor.
Yeah, I'm going to change soon because traffic stopped coming through.
There you go.
Maybe.
It's possible.
Yeah, I remember now.
Then you were in fact right. Rum, 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 rum.
That used to be you, Darren.
You what?
Did that used to be you?
Oh, Darren used to have a car that went really fast when it made that noise.
I think sometimes if you let them get to you, you feel as though they've got a vendetta. They've got something against you.
Yeah.
Nobody else. 'Cause in his head, he just wants to have fun.
Yeah.
He just he's got this exhaust. It's his show off. He just likes.
Yeah.
But sometimes you can take it personally. And you let it get to you.
I'll go right at the roundabout. Show you a different way about the office.
Okay. I'm gonna get in first here because I can't. Oh, it's bad.
See more Mexican standoffs at that many Redbird than anywhere else.
But they followed
Tight that bit of road there.
No,
is
he's
it?
turned off.
No.
First road on the left.
Right, so there's only 20 down here.
Well spotted. That's a tough one to catch, that one. Because you're still looking at the junction as you turn. It's badly placed. Put that sign 10 or 20 feet further back, everybody'd see it. So tell me what you're thinking about here.
A lot of parked cars,
What you're looking for.
children,
And if they're there.
pedestrians.
So what have you done to your speed because of that?
I've dropped it a little bit. Plus there could be a bus coming.
Yeah.
Bus stops both sides.
So again, that can be part of your commentary too. You get slick at it. It's terrible at first because you feel really self-conscious.
Yeah.
But you get used to it.
Can't see much here, it's a bit of a bend.
When you're out next, get Darren to demonstrate his commentary driving for you. I'm assuming he can still do it. That's nicely done.
When I first started it, Andrea, I used to talk about stuff in people's gardens and
Bus stops again, junction ahead.
Right at the end of the road.
It's getting windy, look, trees are all over.
We just felt it against the car as well as we came out there. Left at the end of the road and then first left.
Must be a lot of old people around here. Left, yeah.
Yes, please. And then first left. So here
So
we could be
first
talking about
because-
that because it's a closed junction. Haven't got much of
Yeah.
a view. I'm going to creep and
I
peek.
can't see because some people, but there's a car now, so it's
So by
turning.
doing loads of practice of it, you'll become real slick. Just takes time and effort. Next left. But it can be quite fun once you get into it.
You could see.
Again, difficult to see here because of the sun being so low, so I'm going to keep my speed down.
Right, that's that nice now.
You're almost teaching somebody else who was approaching
Yeah.
this situation for the first time how to deal with
Could
it.
have been a bus, there's bus stops. Road narrows and we've got a crossing. Nothing flashing.
So I look further up the road, I see that there's an archway and I can see that it's quite narrow,
Yeah.
so I might have some traffic to deal with there. So while you've got the time here when there's nothing happening,
Yeah.
start bringing other interesting stuff in. Dazzle
Pedestrians.
people with your stunning forward observation.
I'm going to slow down now so it is narrower as this. And it isn't my right of way, but there's nothing there, so. Don't mind it. Pedestrian very close to the road. Cars here.
And then right at the traffic lights.
And it's a school, but they're not coming out yet. Lollipop Lane.
Lollipop it.
Right.
Yes, please.
Oh yeah, I know where I am now. Now we're nearly at the office. Just change gear. Try and get around before it changes.
So you avoided the puddle there. Tell me about that.
I was still in my lane though.
Oh yeah, nothing wrong with what you've done.
I don't know, but just
Why would you not want to go into the puddle?
habit, I think. I've I was avoid them.
Because if you're not familiar with the road and you don't know how deep that hole is.
Well, there's that, yeah.
So if we take
Not bad.
the second one, right, yep, round the back and take it where it normally lives.
Big lorry here, but it's turning.
Do you know, I think that's the first time I've turned down this road and there's been no parked cars here.
I've got early finishes.
Oh, it is Friday, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's Poets' Day. Push off early, tomorrow's Saturday. Number 27 will do since somebody's pinched.
Clip
26.
that one, yeah.
Who would do such a thing? Tell me about the ride back. How was that?
It would have been better if I'd done more commentary.
It's okay. It takes time to get it slick. It takes a lot of
There were
practice.
a couple of, like then I should have been in second at that. Because it
Okay.
ran a hill at those traffic lights.
Okay.
I think my speed were better at junctions.
Mhm.
Just trying to think of. I think I was noticing more.
Hmm.
Even though I didn't do much commentary, I was.
It looked like you were more in command of the situations you were in. Where before, I'm not going to say it didn't look like you weren't in command, but it was just it's difficult to describe. It had not an edgy feel, but an air of uncertainty
Yeah.
when we were approaching things. It was just like, have you made your mind up what you're doing here?
Right.
Where coming back, it looked like you were more controlling what was happening.
Yeah.
This is what I'm going to do, and this is how I'm going to do it. Your commentary driving will definitely clear that up for you. It'll make everything dead sharp. It'll also really help you for when it comes to part 3, for talk-throughs, that kind of stuff, because you've got the routines just off pat.
Yeah.
You can also, it means you can demonstrate things and teach people while you're demonstrating. I mean, they're naturally going to learn because of watching you doing it. But if you've got that instructional commentary as well, it can just reinforce points. So, anything you want to ask, anything you want to add? Have you got a practice regime in your head? You know what you're doing, how you're doing it, where you're doing it, why you're doing it, what you're doing it for?
Yeah.
Cool. Do you have one of these?
Yeah.
You do, of course, right. You have a look at the back. In the green, the blue bit rather, it's about the driving test. It's the same standard for your test for part 2. You just want a higher level. So it'll tell you what they're looking for in each phase. So have a look at that. That might help you. It might also help you to understand the market format. It's a slightly different one for the one that you're going to get.
Yeah.
But it's similar. And help you to see, well, have I met that criteria or have I not? Am I at that standard? There's also the ADI 1, which is downloadable from the government website, which tells you the criteria that they give the examiners on how they're meant to mark it.
Right.
So that might or might not help you.
Okay. I'll have a look at
So have a look at that, and if you want to, you might find this a little better actually. In fact, take this one with you. So the topic you worked on today, how you prepared.
Yeah.
On here, what was your favourite bits? What were your least favourite bits? What did you achieve? What did you discover? How does that compare to what you wanted? Did it go as well as you expected? Were you surprised by anything in a good way, in a bad way? It's a Dear Diary, and you can mark how the lesson's going, and then over the page, provisional plan for next time.
Yeah.
You might find that a little easier than the log you've got.
Yeah. Yeah, look.
Have a
I've
try.
got one there.
All right, okay.
I'll
Well, use yours then.
I'll have another one if you give me. Oh yeah, I wanted one for tomorrow.
I'll give you a new one, Darren. I've got one upstairs. Good session, good. So you feel you know where you're going, how you're going to do it?
Yeah.
Same time next week?
Yeah.
Do a reflective log. See what you thought, what you didn't, what you liked, what you didn't like, which bits worked for you. And in that way, you're sort of narrowing down techniques that you know are going to work for you and the areas that you want to work on.
Yeah.
Excellent.
Thank
Cup
you.
of tea time.